Hey you, yeah, you watching this right now. If you don't click the like button in the next 6 seconds, your phone is gonna catch fire and explode. Hey, hi, what's up? Welcome back to another video. Today we're gonna be taking a look at the dark side of Fortnite, because unfortunately there is still people out there with very tiny PPs that like to ruin the fun of others by hacking and cheating. It is scientifically proven that hackers have micro ding-dongs, which is why they cheat to overcompensate for their micro ding-dongage. It is actually fairly uncommon to run into someone who's genuinely hacking using an aimbot or a Wallhack or god mode, something like that. It really doesn't happen all that often, but people do accuse others of cheating on the daily. I know I've done it a few times myself where I lose, and my first reaction is just to call the guy a hacker because, of course, I don't want to accept the fact that I just lost, so I call him a hacker and I move on to make myself feel better. I know we've all been there, but it really isn't all that common to run into someone with actual hacks. So that's what we're going to take a look at today. People who are genuinely using cheats in Fortnite. Let me know down in the comments if you've ever run into a hacker in a game where you know for sure they were actually hacking and they didn't just, happen to get a lucky shot and take you out. But for real though, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you do, make sure to drop a like on it, subscribe if you're new, and yeah, without any further ado, let's go ahead and jump into it. Roll it. Alright boys, we're going to start off by taking a look at this broccoli-brained hacker who's not only using an aimbot, he is also using wall hacks, because apparently one hack wasn't enough for this man. He had to go in and use 2 hacks at the same time, rocking some double hack action, because for real, just one hack wasn't cutting it for this dude. I've honestly never understood why people use hacks. It's just sort of always blown me away. Like, are they just bored with the game, right? Or are they really bad at the game? To me, hacking would be a little bit like watching your friend play a game who's really good at it and then pretending you're playing. I think that's the best analogy I have for it. It's like watching someone else play and pretending it's you. How could that possibly be fun to anybody? And okay, look at this clip. This is just insane. Every single shot, instant and easy headshot, just locking onto people's head from across the map. This is nuts. This is what a modern aimbot looks like. It's definitely come a long way from what hacks used to be back in like the Call of Duty era. Like, remember, I don't know, maybe Modern Warfare 1, World at War. Aimbots and stuff existed, but they definitely weren't this good. Hacks have gotten so much better in the last few years, which is sad, right? Like, hacks have gotten better, which means smarter people are spending more time developing hacks. That's another thing. It's not an easy thing to break anti-cheat software and to develop an aimbot or wall hacks or god mode. It definitely takes some fairly smart people, which just makes me ask the question, why? Why you do this? Huh? Can't you spend your talents, your intelligence doing something better? Like combating the broccoli-brained morons that want to hack? Because, I think we can all agree hacking is just not cool. And I've never really been able to understand why people hack. So I started to do a little bit of research into the hacking community to try to figure out if I could understand why. And I found the average picture of a hacker right here. This is what they all look like. This is probably the guy playing right now. This is probably his Facebook profile picture, because, leave it to a hacker to be dumb enough to still use Facebook in 2019. All right, here we have another pathetic excuse for a human who's hacking his heart out. He has, again, aimbot and wall hack, except this time everything is this nice shade of pink with a little bit of lime green sprinkled in there just for some contrast. I'm guessing he probably could have had it be any color he wanted it, but this hacker chose to go with some pink. Now, while I was looking for clips of people hacking in Fortnite, I actually found a lot of clips, unfortunately, from Arena and people cheating in the World Cup. It looks like it's not that uncommon for people to be cheating at a higher level Fortnite competition, which is just really sad. Luckily, Epic has done a pretty good job of catching these cheaters and stopping them, banning them, but Fortnite is a free-to-play game, so you're always going to kind of have a bigger issue with cheating. Think about it, right? Since Fortnite is free, someone can hack, then get banned, and it's not a big deal because they can just create a new account and play for free. Games like Apex also have issues with cheaters. Now, all games are probably going to have hackers if it's multiplayer, right? But a game like Call of Duty or maybe Battlefield, where people actually have to buy a new copy if they want to cheat again, that sort of slows down the cheaters, because most people aren't willing to buy a $60 game, then cheat, then get banned, then do it again and again and again, just throwing money out the window, which is why free-to-plays always tend to have way more cheaters than any game you actually have to spend money on. The other thing that got me is I really didn't realize that cheats cost a lot of money. If you want to buy a high-end aimbot or wall hack, it can cost you upwards of $100 for that hack. So a lot of these cheaters actually spent money in order to hack, which is just insane to me. Not only are they cheating, but they're spending money to cheat. So they had to go through the process of finding one of these illegal websites, spending money, installing the cheat, and then hacking. That is just, that's so sad. It's so pathetic. And I kind of hope all of them just walk outside tomorrow and for whatever reason, there's a freak accident in nature and a tornado full of jellyfish comes along and just scoops them up and they get, tumbled around with some jellyfish like they got stuck into a dryer. Or we could just find them as a group and put them in a dryer with a bunch of jellyfish. Is that fair to the jellyfish? I feel like that's not fair to the jellyfish. We can just use, like, I don't know, rusty nails or old spoons or something. That'll do the trick too. Luckily, Epic Games has done a really good job of combating hacking. They've actually taken a lot of the manufacturers of hacks and cheats to court. They've sued them, and a few of them even ended up going to jail, which is awesome. It's one of the first times we've ever seen hackers really get punished for their actions, which might make others in the future think twice about making and selling hacks, or hell, even using hacks. Seeing real punishment for that is awesome. I don't know if you guys remember back a few years ago when a lot of people used to get swatted. If you don't remember what swatting is, it's when someone would call in like a fake report to the police. They get your address and be like, hey, little Johnny down the street, he has a bunch of hostages in his house and a bomb and he's threatening to blow them all up. And then the police would come, they kick in the door, people would get arrested, and it was all a hoax, right? That used to happen a lot in the gaming community. But then a few people who actually made those fake calls ended up getting caught and sent to prison for an extremely long period of time. And now we don't have swatting anymore because of that. And I'm hoping the same thing is going to start happening with hackers. They're going to get caught, they're going to get punished, they're going to lose a lot of money or even go to jail, and it'll just sort of die off. I know that's wishful thinking, but maybe it'll at least help combat it, right? Like if there's actually real world consequences for hacking, maybe people won't do it because they're scared. And yeah, I know that's wishful thinking, but hey, I like to be hopeful. Maybe one day we'll live in a world where people don't cheat, because if they do, they're going to go to prison and get their cheeks clapped by some big behemoth of a guy. And yeah, dudes, that's about it for this video. I just wanted to show off what cheats actually look like in Fortnite in case you've never seen them for yourselves. Now you know what to look out for. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to drop a like on it to help it out. That'd mean a lot to me. Also, let me know down in the comments what you think of hackers and cheaters. I'd love to know your opinions, your thoughts on everything we talked about. And yeah, boys, I'm out. Hope you have a great day. I will catch you in the next one. Oh yeah, one last thing. I forgot this. Don't be a hacker. If you're a hacker watching this right now, you better stop. Otherwise, you might end up in prison someday with some big dude named Jeffrey who's going to bend you over and use you like a, how do I put this politely? Diddle pillow. Yep, just let that sink in.